Okay, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Self Achievement Network. My name is Dominic, and I am here once again with our Friday featured guest, Sharif Yusuf. Hi, Sharif.
What is going on? How are you?
It's all going on. Yes, I'm doing very well. Um, so today is Friday, the 12th
12.
of February, already half over.
Yeah.
And I want to say thank you, Sharif, for coming on once again. And our topic today is going to be account-based marketing.
Yes. Yes, it is going to be that. But how let me ask you first, how's the weather down in Indiana?
Well, I'm no longer in Indiana. That used to be called the
Oh,
deep,
you moved to Illinois. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
right. So that was the deep south side. Now I'm on the deep west side. It's about
Okay.
the same distance apart, except I'm west of the lake. And right now it's cold. I mean, today I think this morning it was like 12 degrees, that's
Yeah.
Fahrenheit. So it's just above zero for you. Like I don't know what is that? Maybe like 3 or 4 degrees.
Yeah, I think well, actually less than that. I think it's yeah, yeah, I think it's less than that. Well, it is pretty cold here too, and it's been snowing all morning, all afternoon. So yeah, it's all good. This is winter. This is February, so
Right.
just
So yeah,
just
Toronto weather and
enjoy it.
Chicago weather, they're pretty much the same, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Absolutely. So okay, well, account-based marketing. What in
Yeah.
the world is that?
So, um, from the name itself, it is based on tackling specific accounts, and it is a business strategy where there's a collaboration between marketing and sales in an organization so that they can concentrate all the resources on a set target of accounts. Um, Previously, we used to do marketing in general, and sometimes we used to focus on specific segments, and also the sales organization within the company would be also focusing, um, like either if it's a smaller company, they will be focusing on all accounts, and sometimes if it's a bigger organization, then they will be have they will have certain teams taking care of their sales function. But this approach, it basically utilizes the some personalized campaigns so that they can engage each account, and then they're basing the marketing messages on the specific attributes and the needs of these accounts. So what we're doing is that we are marketing per account as if we are marketing for one. And the beauty of this is that because y- we're all again in the business in business to make money, and we want to make money quickly and everything. So sometimes the sales process takes a lot of time. So this basically helps streamline the sales process and focuses on specific accounts. These are the ones that are your bread and butter. Basically, these are the ones that will bring you the money, and in a short period of time. So it is a different approach, fairly new, I would say, maybe 7 years or so. Um, and a lot of companies are actually adopting it. In the early stages of it, it was primarily focused in large organizations, and with lots of employees and everything. But soon enough after that, it just started trickling down to medium and small businesses. And the concept is, it doesn't have to just work in larger organizations. It's just about choosing these accounts, and making sure that these are the ones that will bring you the money, and then focusing all your efforts on them, all your marketing activities, all your marketing budget. If that makes sense.
It does. Before you get into the meat of it, tell our listeners a little bit about who you are and
Sure.
yeah,
Yeah,
what
we
you
love
do,
that.
if you would please.
So I do marketing consulting, and I'm based out of Toronto, Ontario, and I do marketing consulting for small and medium businesses and professional services. And I've been doing marketing in general for a good 30 years of my life, and then I decided to go independent in the last 4 years. I also teach marketing and business admin courses in one of Toronto's private colleges,
Mm-hmm.
and I have an offering on the Self Achievement Network marketplace, um, where I offer a marketing assessment for any um, company. Uh, it is basically I will come in and ask a few questions. It will take us about an hour or so to for me to gather some information, and typically I will get back to the owner with a short term, maybe 6 month to a year marketing strategy or marketing plan.
Great. Awesome.
That's my elevator
I
speech.
don't, I haven't kept track of all the episodes that we've done so far, but I would guess it to be about what, 130?
Yeah, I think so. Easily.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, easily. I guess. Like we've been doing this for what? Over 2 years now, right?
Yeah, just about, man. We're old timers now. So if anybody has any questions, please type them in, and I will monitor. And if you want to know any more, watch any of the other episodes, just go into the search bar here in the group and type in Sharif's name, and you will see a plethora of, like that word, plethora. I can't even say
Wow.
it.
Wow.
Big word. A whole lot of episodes. You can search the titles and stuff. But if you have a
But
question,
very flattering.
yeah, I know, real flattering. Okay, so account-based marketing, and why? Just out of curiosity, why is it important to maybe utilize that type of a approach from time to time, or is it
You, it's there's as I was mentioning, and as I probably mention every week, it's that we're all in business to make money, right? And the most important objective of account-based marketing is that you will finally start selling to what you believe are your best fit and your highest value accounts. So everybody is looking for sales, and you kind of you're in the market every day try to find new sales and everything, and um, your sales efforts can go on and on for some time, especially in these tough times. But sometimes we just keep on working our asses off every week and every month so that we can get to a specific account, but we just can't get it. And when we do that, then the revenue is not as what we'd expect, or the benefit is not as what we expect. So this account-based marketing approach helps you with that. It helps you as a business owner identifying these high value accounts and pursuing them. So that in itself, I think every business owner would definitely value, because even if you're a small business, even if you're a professional, you want to go after the ones that we used to call them the lowest hanging fruits.
Yeah, I was going to
So
say, right.
these are the ones that you want. These are the ones that will get you the most revenue, the highest revenue in the shortest time. You remember the rule, the 20/80 rule? So it's pretty much the same thing. Um, so 20% of the accounts will bring you 80% of the revenue, and that's what you need to focus on.
Yeah.
So that is the account-based marketing approach. Maybe the 20/80 rule was focused in a more of a sales function, but now marketing can support that. And the good thing is that it actually streamlines the work between sales and marketing. So
Mhm.
it's much more cooperative now.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I mean, when you say account-based marketing, now all of a sudden it's a whole approach. it's a a global approach toward certain specific organizations, and then you market directly to that instead of the shotgun effect to like out in social media, like phishing. So
E- Exactly, exactly. And I've been fortunate to work for organizations that were big enough to have a sales function sort of divided between certain accounts. So focus on some major accounts or some strategic accounts or so on and so forth, and maybe some government accounts as well. But these were larger organizations. But at that time, marketing did not support the same approach. Marketing was just marketing basically.
mhm,
Now it's this with this approach, it's much streamlined. So if you do have, well, in larger organizations, if you do have these types of teams, these different teams, so having that being mirrored from a marketing perspective definitely will help your ROI. And we spoke about ROI last week.
mhm,
Um, but even if you're a small business or a medium business, it's pretty much the same thing, because you still want to focus on the ones that will bring you the most revenue in the shortest time. Instead of going gung ho, across the board and spending money here and there and trying to do your marketing activities, just why don't you focus them on these two or three accounts, and
mhm,
that's it.
mhm.
Yeah.
Good deal. So, what are some of the fundamentals of uh, this type of an approach?
So the I would say that there are three main components of the account-based marketing approach. First, you need to define criteria for these accounts, and then you choose the accounts, and then you start personalizing the marketing messages for these accounts. It's very plain and simple. When you think of it, it's just identifying a criteria to choose these accounts, and then selecting them, and then just coming out with the marketing messages for that. If you're a marketing person, then well and good. If you're not a marketing person, so use somebody that can do that for you. Somebody that can give you a different creative perspective for your marketing messages, because the other way.
This way,
No, the other way.
this way.
Yeah.
Okay, on your side, but I'm pointing away from you right now, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm pointing
The
into
phone
space.
the phones are flipped. I don't know.
I don't either. Okay.
But yeah, it's just finding these or selecting these accounts based on specific criteria, and then personalizing the messages, and coming out with really good creative, because you want to focus your messages, you want to focus your creative ideas and designs and so on, so that you can get the best out of this approach. um, as I was mentioning, the most important objective is that you will finally be able to focus on these accounts that will bring you the highest revenue. There are six main benefits, I would say, for account-based marketing. Increasing return on marketing investment, and that's something that we spoke about last week. So getting the best value out of your marketing, that's one thing, because you will have sort of a targeted approach. So you're not, again, going to spend money everywhere. You're just going to spend it where it really matters with these accounts. And obviously, you need to have you come up with this compelling content. And I've spoken about content time and time again. And it's very important, especially in this type of approach, to have really compelling content, because you do want to engage these types of customers, which is the third benefit. Get your customers engaged. Excuse me. And when you do that, you engage your customers. Then this is where you start building the relationship, and customer relationship management here plays a big role. Even if you're a small business, it doesn't matter. You start building that relationship. Um, and then obviously, and this is one of the key things in marketing, which is the measurement and review of your campaigns. Sometimes it is a pain, to do that for marketing activities, but it definitely gives you a better and easier way of measuring your marketing success.
And you've talked about that. I mean, measuring is like, yeah, it can be a real pain, but at the same time, if you don't do it, you don't know where the needle's going. So
Exactly.
if
Yeah,
you don't do it, what
absolutely.
you just could be just taking money and throwing it into the fan. Who knows what it's
Ex-
doing?
Yeah,
Hoping that people will walk through the door, or they'll purchase something online or whatever. Yeah.
yeah. But this way, it's definitely easier because you know where you're spending the money. So it's very simple. You spend the money here. How much am I going to get, or how much am I getting from it? So the calculation here becomes very simple. But like you said, measurement part and the evaluation part is really important in marketing. And also, one of the key things is to the better alignment between the marketing and sales efforts. Previously, and in larger organizations, maybe these the efforts sometimes could be of somebody trying to feel more, or some department trying to feel more important than another department. But now, when you're doing account-based marketing, it's more about this alignment and making sure that these departments work in harmony and work in sync. It's much easier now because the focus will be one. And that's the whole essence of account-based marketing.
Mm, interesting.
so so yeah, six main benefits of account-based marketing, and one of the key success factors of account-based marketing is the content, obviously, and I spoke about that. But it allows the approach itself. Account-based marketing allows for a lot of creativity. It gets your creative teams creative buds going. They need to choose their visuals very carefully, and create some amazing video content. Come up with clear, compelling message strategy, because it is targeted, so it needs to be very compelling and very engaging. Because at the end of the day, these accounts have the highest potential revenue for your company. So you better be good at what you're doing, right?
Right. And without the coordinated effort, I mean, I think that, it's kind of like, if you do a job half-assed halfway, right, you're going to get, a certain amount of results from it, and if
Yeah,
you do a coordinated effort where, you're doing something, and the more that you coordinate, the higher the profit is going to be.
100%, 100%. And this is all the essence of this approach, that coordination, that in sync, making sure that you spend the money where you should be spending it, rather than spending the money and then hoping that things get better.
Yeah.
Um, one other thing also I'd like to mention is the channel selection, and you will communicate with your audience on the channels, and these are the channels that they prefer. So the idea here is to reach them where they are, and this can be on the internet, this can be by email, this can be on mobile. The thing is that you want to reach them by them, reach with your messages, reach them where they are.
Hmm.
You need to understand where these stakeholders are, that where they spend their time online, and what their state of mind is when they're on their social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn. So when you're choosing your channel, when you're selecting your channel, you need to be where they are, where your target audience is going to be, and you have to know also what they are doing, how they spend their time on these platforms.
Yeah. It's kind of just real brief. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No,
It
sure.
just reminds me, like, okay, so the Self Achievement Network, we are on primarily on Facebook, although we have a presence on Instagram, and we have a presence on LinkedIn, and we also have a YouTube channel. And then there's the podcast, right? All these get converted to podcasts. But if we don't know where our potential members are hanging out, we're not going to reach them. And I mean, if I want to put a message on LinkedIn, I'm certainly not going to type it into Facebook. I mean, that sounds kind of weird, but I get what you're saying there. You got to know where
you got to know where they are. You got to know and give them what they want, and show them that you really know what they're doing. You really know where they are. It makes a huge difference when your customers understand that you've done the effort in order to find them. A huge difference. Yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah, this is just like a scratching the surface of account-based marketing. But what I can say in summary is that it perfectly complements the traditional short-term marketing goals that a company might have, and definitely streamlines the sales efforts, and doing that by simply directing the resources towards engaging with a specific set of high value accounts. And that's the key thing. The end result, higher revenue in less time. Simple as that.
Awesome. Wow. Well, you did it again, man. You have a way of putting it that's like concise, and it's simple and easy to understand, and it's a great approach. I mean, I think that if people that have, I mean, maybe I'm guessing here, but the companies that have a marketing team, this works better for them. Or, I mean, what would be the ideal, or the way to implement it?
Yeah, it would definitely work for a company that has a big marketing team, and it would also work for smaller companies who have like a smaller marketing departments, or maybe like a one person marketing department even. It really it doesn't really I mean, like I said, previously it was just about these companies that would have like 1,000 or 2,000 employees or more than that, and then it's a huge organization where you want to focus on specific accounts. But the actual approach, the actual concept, it doesn't really, if you think of it, it doesn't really need to have a huge number of employees, a huge number of accounts. You can just, as a small business, I know that, and I've seen this with some of my clients as well, is that they know that they have a number of prospects, but they can focus on one or two of them, maybe three, whatever, and they will know that these are the ones that will bring them the most revenue in the shortest period of time.
Interesting. It's all very interesting. I mean, I actually have these little cards right on the top of my desk as reminders, and you can't really see it, but this is pretty much what you're talking about here.
Yeah.
Account development strategies. And to make it simple, it's an approach that addresses an entire organization, or a big part of it, because from a marketing perspective, right, we're targeting an organization. They have their own sales department, they have their own marketing department, they have their own human resources department, they have their own all these different departments. So that's also part of the account strategy, is thinking about what messages are going where, and are they consistent, and things like that. So wow.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's so consistent with what you just said right now. It's exactly the same, pretty much the same.
Okay, so if I'm ready to proceed, how do I reach you? What's the best way to get a hold of you?
Well, I have a Facebook account for my company, the One Business Consultants, and there's also the marketing assessment, and it's on the Self-Achievement Network Marketplace. And feel free to reach out to me, even on LinkedIn. I mean, I'm pretty much Sharif Youssef everywhere.
Okay. So what I'll do is I'll leave the link for the marketplace if somebody wants to inquire about the assessment, and I'll leave it up to you to put in your link for the One Business Consultants, your page on Facebook.
Sure.
Agreed. Okay.
Yeah.
Outstanding. Very well.
Thank you very much. Good
Thank
stuff.
you to all of you who have watched and are going to be watching later whenever you watch. We always appreciate your participation. And yeah, so
Always a
we'll see
pleasure.
you next Friday, possibly.
Yep. We'll be here.
Okay, very good.
All right.
We will let you all know. So remember, everyone, have fun, stay inspired from all of us here at the Self-Achievement Network. You rock. We'll talk to you later. Bye, Sharif.
Bye.
Bye-bye.